If you've ever struggled with OCD or felt trapped by it, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to reveal the truth about OCD that doctors and mainstream psychology often don't talk about. And trust me, it's not what you think. I'm Chris Mason, and I battled OCD for 20 years. I know firsthand how exhausting and relentless it can be. The constant intrusive thoughts, the what-ifs, the compulsions we cling to for just a bit of relief. It takes over your life. Like many of you, I was told that OCD is a chronic condition. It's all in your brain and genetics, and managing it is the best that you can hope for. And hey, it seemed logical, right? OCD runs in families, just like physical traits. But what if I told you that my experience shattered that narrative completely? Not only am I free from anxiety and OCD, but I'm also calmer, happier, and more optimistic than most people that I used to envy. The best part, there's nothing special about me. I simply learned how to understand the messages my subconscious mind was sending me and shift my anxious thoughts into calming, positive ones. In today's video, I'm going to share foundational information that allowed me to break free from OCD, something I thought was impossible. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to start your own journey to freedom from OCD. Your thoughts aren't your thoughts. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist and author of The Biology of Belief, says, from birth to around age 7, we live in a subconscious state, absorbing beliefs from our families and communities like a sponge. Now here's the kicker. Lipton says that 95% of your life is driven by those subconscious beliefs. All those fears, worries, and negativity that you're experiencing today, they're not even your true thoughts. It's just programming from childhood. This is why OCD often seems to run in families, but it is not genetic. It's a learned behavior. Anxious parents unknowingly pass their fears onto their kids. They are thinking and behaving in anxious and obsessive ways. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Your brain doesn't know what's going to happen in the future. All those what-if thoughts and compulsions, they feel so real, don't they? But your brain is reacting to programming, not the actual world around you. Your brain can't tell the difference between a thought, a dream, a movie, or reality. That's why when you watch a horror movie, your heart races and you tense up, even though you know it's not real. With OCD, it's the same thing. Your brain is sending false alarms about non-existent threats. There is a soap opera in your head. We live in a society that constantly compares us to everyone else. And when we don't measure up, that judge in your mind starts beating you up. You know the one, telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not successful enough. It makes you feel worthless. This inner judgment isn't just an internal struggle, it's part of our consumerist culture. Advertisers make you feel like you're lacking something and then offer a product as the solution. When you have OCD, this self-criticism is constant. You're beating yourself up all day long. That's why building healthy self-esteem is absolutely crucial for recovery. No one will judge you harder than you judge yourself. But here's the good news. You can break free from that cycle. Choose experience over objects. Let me ask you this. How much money do you spend on things versus experiences? Chances are you're probably investing more in stuff you can see and touch. But here's the truth. It's experiences, not things, that actually help you grow. Experiences challenge you, build confidence, and make life more fulfilling. They push you to become braver and more competent, and ultimately boost your self-esteem. So what are you really investing in? Don't work to avoid fear. If you have OCD, you know the constant struggle to avoid anything that triggers fear or anxiety. But here's the irony. Avoiding fear is actually keeping you trapped. What if the real key to freedom is accepting fear as a normal part of life? I know, it sounds terrifying. I've been there. But this is the heart of OCD recovery, and it's what exposure and response prevention, or ERP, is all about. Fear is just an emotion. Like any other emotion, it runs its course. If you sit with fear, instead of resisting it, something amazing happens. The anxiety peaks, but if you don't try to control it, it starts to fade on its own. The world doesn't end. You just feel uncomfortable for a bit. The more you practice sitting with that discomfort, the more your body recalibrates. Those fear responses, over time, they become less intense. Eventually, they stop firing altogether in situations that used to terrify you. ERP isn't about becoming fearless. It's about learning to live alongside fear without letting it control you. The more you practice, the less fear has power over you. The world is a crazy, dangerous place, and that's okay. When I had OCD, I was obsessed with everything wrong in the world. War, suffering, political division. It felt like the world was terrifying, and I was stuck in a life that felt meaningless. But I eventually realised something. I can't change the world. The world is full of negativity, suffering, and corruption. People do get sick and die. But all the worry in the world wasn't going to change that. It was only draining me. So I made a shift. I stopped focusing on what's wrong and started to look for what's good. The love, the connections, the small moments of beauty. I embraced gratitude, even for the little things, and it made a huge difference. I started working on becoming the best version of myself and helping those around me. The world's problems, they're not my problems. As Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. In my upcoming videos, I'll dive deeper into these topics and share practical techniques you can use right away to start your journey to emotional freedom. If you're ready to take control of your life and break free from OCD, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm so excited to help you on this journey.